Shamai, bass ukulele lesson 5. Right, so I've just played some of the notes we've already learnt. If you've done lessons 1 to 4 for the bass ukulele, you should now be pretty happy with plucking, your right hand technique, and your left hand technique pressing your fingers down. And we've learned all the notes for all the strings up to and including fret 4. What we're going to do today is look at fret 5 and beyond. So in lessons 1, 2 and 3, we looked at the different notes using my fretboard, and if you notice it's a bit bigger for today's lesson. And we learnt all the names, the letter names of the notes for the first 4 frets. And then in lesson 4, we did a bit of theory and I explained what sharps and flats are, and we filled in the missing frets. All right, so we're going to start with 5th fret and go higher today, because higher in pitch, and we'll go all the way up to 12th fret. Okay, and don't forget, use the ukulele play-alongs on my Ukuleleans channel, because that will help you to remember all the names of the notes. So just a little reminder of what we've already done. Okay, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp on the E string, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp on the A string, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp on the D string, and G, G sharp, A, B flat and B on the G string. If you notice, both times I said B flat rather than A sharp, because you're far more likely to come across a B flat. Okay, if you're not 100% sure with those notes, go back, practice, check lessons 1 to 4, because this is the basis of what we're going to do today and you need to know those really well. Right, so 5th fret and beyond. Now, for a start, these side markers and the markers on the fronts of your fretboards, this is where they start to come in quite handy, because 3rd fret sometimes has a marker on it, but 5th fret always does. Okay, so keep an eye where those dots are. Right, so looking at the G string, first of all, let's go back, open G, G sharp, A, B flat and B. We know those. Right, think logically, what comes after B? C. So C is our 5th fret, okay, on the G strings. I'll do it again. In fact, I'll come in a bit closer. G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, and then 5th fret, and I'm actually moving up to it with my first finger, is a C, okay? Let's look at the dots next. So after C, we've got D. After D, the next dot is an E. Now this is where we've got to go 1 fret for F, and then 12th fret, the one with the 2 dots, is another G. Look, G, and then top G, okay? So we do that again, G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, new note, 5th fret, C, D, 9th fret, E, F, and then G, our 12th fret. And while we're doing a close-up here, let's just remind ourselves, our thumb goes in the middle of the neck, okay? If you leave your thumb come all the way around like that, you won't be able to stretch your fingers, all right? So your thumb goes in the middle, and as you move up, your thumb stays in the middle. Don't bring it round and grip, okay? You won't be able to stretch your fingers. So let's look logically. 5th fret is C, 7th fret is D, so what's 6th fret going to be? C sharp, or D flat, but it's more likely to be a C sharp. Let's do the next one. So we've got top D, 7th fret, E is 9th fret, our next marker. What comes in between D and E? D sharp, also called E flat. Okay, and this is the only sort of difference in the pattern here. E is going to be our 9th fret, then F, there isn't a dot for that one, and then F sharp, and we're back at the top again with our top G. Okay, so G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G. Now I'm purposely not mentioning scales too much today because we'll have to do a whole lesson on key signatures, but if you know a little bit of music theory and you want to play the G major scale, all right, it's nearly all of those notes. The only difference is we have to play an F sharp, all right? So just to show you, but if you don't know about key signatures, don't worry about this. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, okay? All right, that's a major scale. I'm going to cover key signatures and circles of fifths and scales in another lesson, okay? So don't forget now, go and practice the notes on your G string. Right, notes on the D string next, all right? The ones we already know, open D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp. What comes after F sharp in music? G. Hang on. G, 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 all right? Suddenly we can play exactly the same note, the same pitch, but in two different places on our bass ukes. I'll do that again. So D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp, and then G. Watch closely. All right, that time I went on to the next string. All right, so D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and our new note, 5th fret, G, same as open G. Now hopefully you're not confused by that. It actually makes sense and you can sort of see what I mean about not needing to know all of these notes going up here. So let's check out the rest of the notes. So let's look at those. We've got 5th fret is G, G sharp, then our next dot, 7th fret, is our A, then we've got B flat, then we've got our 9th fret, which is B, and then we've got C, C sharp, and our top D on our 12th fret, so open D, and then top D, and of course we can play that D on another string as well. That's what I mean. It's not, you know, the end of the world if you don't learn all the notes going up all the strings, because you've got other places to play them. So it's going to be exactly the same patterns on our A and E string. Okay, so A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, which means our 5th fret is going to be D, same as open D, then we've got D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then A, okay, which is our octave above our A string. Okay, top A, open A. Once more, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, then our new note, 5th fret, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, top A, which is our 12th fret, an octave above our open A, 2 A's, and then notes on the E string, exactly the same pattern, and the idea is that if you really know these first 4 frets well, you can logically work them out, okay? I'm not expecting you just to be able to go, play a B flat and put your finger down somewhere, all right? You need to be able to work it out, but once you get going with that, you'll be fine. So, notes on the E string, open E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then our 5th fret is, of course, A, same as our open A string. Then we've got A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, and then our top E, okay? So we've got E there, open E, all right? But we can also play that E here, and we can also play it here. So suddenly now, by opening up these other frets, we've actually got several places we can play the same note. Okay, and that's what I mean. I don't want you to be confused, because it really isn't the end of the world if you don't know all the names of the notes going up these bottom 3 strings. All right, as long as you can really learn the names of the notes going up the G string, all right, and then as you practice and you get more confident going across the strings, you'll be fine, all right? But you don't need to know every single one of these notes for now. Now, I've said the word a few times in the last few minutes. Octave, top G, open G, or top D, open D. That top D is an octave above the open D. Next lesson, I'm going to talk about octaves and in fact fifths a lot more, because that will give you a few more opportunities to expand your repertoire when you're using play-alongs. I'm not talking about 5th fret, I'm talking about 5th interval, all right, gap between the notes, or the octave interval, all right? So please, if you want to know more about octaves, that is coming very soon. But for now, all you can really do is just try and practice going up and down, especially on the G string, to learn the names of the notes. Now, I've said it before, I'm sure I am planning on doing a visual aid of the fretboard, but I was sort of waiting until this point, until we'd filled in a lot more of the notes, and then I'll do different stages of it. So if you are interested in having a visual aid for the fretboard, please let me know in the comments below. I know very often, especially when you first start learning, seeing every note written down in a chart doesn't actually help. But it is something I am hoping to do over the next week or two, okay? So stay tuned for that. So our nice short lesson today, hopefully it's explained things rather than confusing. That's the last thing I want to do. What I want you to be able to do is go along and play your bass ukes with other musicians, all right? So if you're getting confused, just concentrate on learning the new notes going up the G string, but hopefully the way I've done this today will actually explain the other notes on the bottom 3 strings, and that they're not scary at all, because you can play them in other places on the bass. And of course, me talking about octaves and fifths and things, that's going to be next lesson. Just the quickest of reminders, you pull your fingers across the strings when you're plucking, not away, and you put your thumb in the middle of the back of the neck. You don't go gripping it all the way around there. All right, and use all your fingers. Don't just be doing one finger up and down. All right, you've got them all there, use them. I do hope you've enjoyed that and it hasn't confused you too much. If it has, just stick with learning the new notes going up the G string. Loads of new bass lessons coming soon, so please feel free to leave a comment or question below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the new videos. Thank you for watching.